Right, hey up, it's Steve from Old Yorkshire Geek, and I'm late and early at the same time. But I'm in a mood, I'm in a bad mood, because this film has got me annoyed tonight. So I've been farting about with a bloody subtitle file on this. Ooh, God, it was getting me angry, which is why I'm late. Anyway, hey up, it's Steve from Old Yorkshire Geek, and welcome to episode 102 of Friday Night Appointment with Fear. And this week we're doing Eyes in the Dark. I don't know if it's a film many people have heard of. I don't know. It's a found footage film. Really good. It's one of my favourites. It is one of my favourites. But anyway, we'll get into it. A bit of info about it before we start. But before we start, let's do the other stuff first. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos, drop a comment, hit the notification bell if you're subscribed already. If you're a member, join us in the chat. I think it's members only. I don't know. Can't remember. Whatever. Go to the merch page, buy merch such as that, or hats or whatever. Other designs available. And what else? Patreon. There's a Patreon page as well. Right. We're live on YouTube. Yes. I think we're going to be live on Rumble. I don't know how Rumble works, because I changed the Rumble time to 9:30. But it's... Oh, it is on. Yes, it is on. We're live on Rumble. And we're live on Twitch. Right. Okie dokie. Right. Info about this film, Eyes in the Dark, from 2010. A found footage film, written and directed by Bjorn Anderson, but he's American. Apparently, which I didn't know, there's a big Norwegian community in the American Northwest. Seattle, in the Seattle area, and he's part of but he's American. And it stars loads of people you've never heard of, and that's basically, it's an indie film, a found footage film. It had a budget of around about $100,000, which surprised me it was that high, but anyway. And it's about a group of young people who go into the woods to a cabin, a lodge they call it, and monsters come and get them. So that's what happens. What does it say? Production. The idea for the film came to director Bjorn Anderson in a nightmare. He was influenced by Cloverfield and the Blair Witch Project to shoot the movie in a similar first-person point of view style, i.e. found footage. Anderson first pitched the idea of Eyes in the Dark to producers Joseph Cole and Mike Ash in 2007 while finishing their first film, Warrior's End. There's a poster for Warrior's End apparently in the film. Principal photography was done during the summer of 2008, but additional scenes were filmed later. And that's there's a decent... Where is it? Oh, for God's sake, come here. Like I I've got the DVD. I don't know if it's out on Blu-ray. I don't know. I don't think it is. I could be wrong. I don't even know if the website still works. Was it eyesthemovie.com? I haven't checked. But I got the the DVD off Amazon, and it's got a good director's commentary. Well, not just the director, a good audio commentary on it. But that's about it. Like I said, there's the trailers and there's a music video on, and that's about it, and the blooper reel. But as I said, how much did it cost me? I've got my receipt here from Amazon. How much did I shell out for this thing? $12.99. $12.99 it cost me to get it from American Amazon. So there you go. Anyway, so right, let's get on with the film. As usual, I'll not just be watching the film, although this film is available on YouTube. Actually, I put the link in the chat. Yes, there you go. There's the YouTube link for this this film in the chat. I don't know if it'll work. You might have to copy and paste. I don't know how it works, but anyway. If you want to watch the film, but I'll be going through it in a series of stills because I'll probably get a bloody copyright strike, knowing me. But anyway, off we go. So, right, let's get on with it, shall we? I will make myself teachy tiny. As I said, I'm in a bit of a mood. So, don't start with me, or I'll just take me ball home. Right, off we go. Oh, I'm bloody full screen. There we go. Right, here we go. Emerald City Pictures. Right, we begin. Federal Bureau of Investigation database. Oh, and then it's like you're logging into a computer, basically. And here we go. Enter case file. Blah blah blah. I said it's kind of inspired by Cloverfield, I suppose, because that starts like this, doesn't it? They wanted to go for a low-tech approach to the computer thing, as though it were like DOS or Linux or something like that. So anyway, so what we're going to see, the film is showing us, according to the director, the files that the FBI, the video files that the FBI have obtained, and we're seeing them in the order that the FBI got them. So anyway, so we begin. Music. I thought I could have sworn I'd changed that. I mustn't have done. Anyway. But I think we're hearing howling rather than music. Hang on, let's check. Yes, we're hearing howling and a beeping noise. So we're seeing somebody who's being got by one of the creatures that we're going to see fleetingly later on in the film. Don't ask me the names of these other characters. I don't know if this is one of the main characters. I don't know. I can't really tell. And he's obviously on his phone, and he's being got. Right, so that's the first one. Next up, we're going to be with some biologists. Here we go. Not me. He's not talking to me. This is Steve Monterey, a biologist, and he's heading out into the Cascade Mountains with his assistant Wes to monitor the deer population. So that's what he's doing. So off they go. Originally, apparently, it were going to be a man and a woman that were going to be these biologists, but they decided to go for two men instead. For no real reason. Here we go. So there you go. They've arrived, and they're looking for evidence of the deer population. And Wes is getting angry with him because he's saying, me and I, and this is I'm doing this, and Wes is saying, what am I? Sliced liver, chopped liver, whatever. Anyway, so off they go. We see that as well, to give the impression that it's found footage. There's Wes. We're going to find increased amounts of predator signs. Not that predator, not Arnold Schwarzenegger and all that. A different one. So anyway, then it's testing the camera out at night now. These aren't the main characters. We're going to be with these a little while, and then we'll end up with our main characters in a bit. Here we go. They're testing out the camera at night in low light conditions. So, right, like that. And then I think they wake up or something. They can hear howling somewhere in the darkness, and they don't know what it is. But anyway, so they go to sleep. Next day, right. I think they find a rock slide. Oh no, they find this. It's a goat carcass. Here we go. And apparently that is a real goat carcass. They just found it. They said when they were filming this part of the film, everywhere they went, every day or every location they went to, they found a carcass of some kind. This was a goat carcass, and apparently they think it had fallen off a cliff or something and died. And obviously, scavengers have been at it. But so there we go. But there, so I thought we use it. It's production value, isn't it? So I thought we'll use it. And they're saying it's being got by some sort of large predator. Right, now they're by a lake. So yeah, they're by this lake and having a look round. And then they zoom the camera in on this rock here. And then they see somebody down there. Here he is, there he is, going behind that rock. And it turns out that is Anders, who we're going to meet later. But they're kind of setting him up as though he's some mysterious, thing that may be connected to the bad stuff that's happening. But spoilers, he's not. Anyway, so and they found another carcass, which were another some bones that they found. There we go. Of what I don't know, but they found it. So I thought, right, we'll use this again, and they filmed that. And then we were going to take it home. Actually, no, he said he did take it home to the director in case they needed it for reshoots, but his girlfriend made him throw it away. So anyway, right, night time again. There we go. They're hearing there's howling and stuff going on. And they don't know what's happening. At first they think it's cool, sounds and weird noises and stuff. But then it goes on, and there we go. They think they're going to be wolves and all that stuff. They haven't found any deer, so they don't know what's happening. So they think, what we're going to do? They don't know, and they think, should they go? I think Wes wants to go, and Steve's telling them, no, we'll it's dark, we'll fall and break our necks and stuff like that. But anyway, essentially, they're just going to get got now. But they think it might be bears as well. They've got the bear mace. Anyway, so they're getting ready. They're getting ready to pack up and go. So anyway, so they're trudging through the woods. All right, and then they can hear these howls and noises and stuff. Can we hear it? Hang on, let me unmute it. Hang on, we haven't done that bit yet. Let's go back again. A bit further.
Wes.
There you go. Can you hear the growling?
Wes.
Something's growling from the foliage. And he's phoning. He's on his phone. I think he's got a satellite phone. I think he said something like GPS or something. I don't know. He gets through to the emergency services. Then we hear the voice of one of the producers. She might be the woman that's done the. Is it Robin's? I can't remember the girl. The voice of one of the producers being the emergency response saying, "There, sir, are you there?" But we could just hear the sounds of somebody being eaten, essentially. Right, then we go to the news coverage. So here we go.
University campus.
There we go. Talking about apparently some students have gone missing. These are our main characters. So it does kind of go backwards and forwards a little bit. Mute it again. So lots of disappearances in this area of the Cascade Mountains in the American Northwest. And these missing students are just the latest. So anyway, so here we see in there, and here they are, look. There we see photos of them, apart from the director's bottom. I think it's the director's bottom in the way. But anyway, there we go. All right, and the authorities were alerted by friends of the family, because one of the characters, I think it might be Josh, I can't remember. One of them is the one that's always videoing, because it's found footage, so you've always got to have somebody videoing, and he's been uploading it to his YouTube or Facebook or they even mentioned MySpace in this. It's that old. So that's where they've been alerted to stuff that's been going on. It's where they say that they found the videos, and essentially it's the last. We see their doom, so to speak. There were pictures of what could only be described as the victim's last moments. So they do a search, and then we're going to cut to the later on we're going to cut to the search. What happens to the search teams? So anyway, but now we're seeing footage recovered from the internet. Here we go. I think that's Josh. There's always a Josh, isn't there? That's Josh. He's playing on his Wii, his Nintendo Wii. And I don't know who's filming him. Can't remember. Can't put the names of the characters. Let me remind myself. I know we've got Josh. Yes, that's Josh. We've got Dean, and we've got John. So we've got Josh, Dean, and John. They're the three blokes. And then we've got four girls: Lacey, Heather, Stephanie, and Alison. Alison is John's girlfriend. Stephanie, I think, is Josh's girlfriend. And Heather is Dean's girlfriend. And Lacey is the fifth wheel. But she used to be Josh's or Dean's. She used to be one of the girlfriends, and there's she wants to get back with one of them. So there's tension. I think that's the poster for the previous film. What they say it were called, Warrior's End or something. I've forgotten. Hang on. Yes, Warrior's End. I don't know. I've not seen it. But that's the poster for it apparently. Anyway, it's playing his Wii. But I can't remember who's filming him. It might be Dean. That's filming him. There's John leaving. So he goes out to the director's car. Here we go. This is John. And he's got a jacket on that he's just bought, and he says he's going to go and ask Alison to marry him. So that's why he just bought this new jacket. He says he looks like the Cookie Monster. Still got the tag on from where he got it, on the thrift store. Anyway, I think this is Dean. Dean talks him out of it. It must be Dean, because there's only three fellas, isn't there? John, Dean, and Josh. He talks him out. Doesn't talk him out of asking Alison to marry him. He says, we're going to this place. We're going to this lodge, a ski lodge in the mountains. It'll be all romantic. Ask her there. So he agrees to do it there. So they're going to go to the ski lodge and do it. And there's Josh with music playing for some reason. There's the tag. Still got the tag on his on his jacket. And then we cut to, because apparently the camera, it's all their stuff has been filmed on one camera, and much like in Cloverfield, that is recorded over somebody else's tape, and it does say in it, I think, in a bit, we see Josh, I think, looking around for tapes. He's asking somebody, probably Dean, where's my tapes? And he says, I don't know. And and then he says, well, I'm just going to use the tape that's in then. I'll be recording over your girlfriend. So every now and again, we're going to cut to this footage of them in a bar. And this is like what they call the under-recording. So what they're being recorded over. But every now and again, it goes back to this. So there they are, having a fun time before they all go and basically die in the woods. And anyway, so there you go. She's putting her tongue in her ear, showing that they're all, naughty young adults. Anyway, I think Heather's asking, why Lacey's going. She's saying, well, because I'm friends with you and I'm friends with Josh and all that stuff. Anyway, so let's get past this bit, because this is not interesting in the slightest. But we're going to go back to them briefly. There we go. In a bit, right? So here is Josh packing his bag, ready for the big trip out. He's got his prophylactics there. Look, just in case. And then he says, taping of your girlfriend, because I couldn't find his tape. So it must be a long tape, maybe. I don't know. But anyway, off they go. They're off in the car. Road trip. Here they go. There's Lacey. There you go. Smile at the camera. So we get introduced to everybody. It makes everybody introduce themselves. And obviously Heather is a bit of a misery guts for some reason. Don't know why, but she is. She doesn't want to do anything. Dean's doing the driving. That's Josh on the camera. John and Heather in the back. So, and apparently there's no internet up there, but Josh says he's got cell reception, so he can get coverage or whatever. Anyway, so off they go, driving along. looking at the mountains and the scenery. And they drive by a big truck and they make the truck go honk honk, so they're all happy. So anyway, it's all fun and games before it all kicks off. So here we go. Right. Then they get a bit lost, but not for long. They find a ranger. Here he is, and they ask, "Where's the Cascade Ski Lodge?" Because they said we're supposed to meet the caretaker like 20 minutes ago, and he says, "Oh, just go up this road, and you'll see a man by the river fishing. That's who you need to talk to." Anders is called. Does he have a last name? I can't remember. Anders. No, it just says Anders. Played by Paul Eenhoorn, but who is apparently Australian, and you can tell by his accent. Anyway, there he is, fishing away. So right, it says yes, go up there and park, but you'll have to park because a tree. There's been a storm, by the way, and it's knocked out the power. So they're on the generator in the lodge, and it's also blown some trees down, so they can't drive all the way up to the lodge. But later on, we see that the car is parked outside the lodge, so maybe the tree got cleared. I don't know, but anyway, they kind of I think they forgot about it. I think you just say it there. Hang on. Where does it? The ski lodge. Drive up here. There you go. Next, follow the dirt road. Alright, that tree fell across the road, so you'll have to hike in. So that's what they do. But next time we see the lodge, they park right next to it. Anyway, so here they go, heading up to the lodge. Trouble with found footage, it's always like not very good quality, is it? But anywho, right. So here we are. So. This is a real place, it's not a set, obviously, because it's low budget. It's a real place that they rented out, I think, over like 2 weekends, and maybe a couple of other, couple of hours or whatever. But generally, it was filmed over 2 weekends, the bits in this. I don't know about the footage in the woods and that. I don't know how long the shoot was for. Does it say? I don't know if it says. No, there ain't much information about it. Let's have a look. No, there ain't a huge amount of info about this film. Nope. Anyway. Right, so it's telling them all about where they can stay. The rooms are on floors 1, bedrooms and bathrooms are on floors 1 and 2. Said, you can go anywhere you want, but his room is downstairs. Don't go in there, basically. All right, and the generator will shut off at 11:45 p.m. Then somebody says, "I thought we had full power." He says, "Well, normally you would, but there's been a storm and the power's out, so we're on a jet. They're fixing it, but I don't know when that'll be. So." We're on the generator until then. There's nothing we can do about it. This is right, fair enough. So goes and has a look round. There we go. I think this is Josh. Goes and have a look round the kitchen. There we go. Apparently a lot of it's ad-libbed. Is that the word, ad-lib? No. I can't remember the bloody word now. When you make things up. Ad-libbing. There's the other word, isn't there? I can never remember it. Right, but they had a basic, a general idea of what they wanted, but it were all improvised. There we go. We're all improvised. A lot of it was. Right. So, all right. Here we see the ranger has come up to see Anders, and he's telling, yes, improv. Yes, I got there in the end. The ranger's telling Anders to keep his kids, his guests. Away from the caves, and apparently tells them to go take him down to the lake or whatever, but don't go near the caves. Maybe the ranger knows something, I don't know, but Anders just says in a grumpy way, "You do your job, I'll look after my guests." Whatever. There you go. I'll look after my guests, you do your job, and I'll do my job. And he says, "Watch the kids, that's all I'm saying." So maybe the ranger knows something, but it doesn't seem to later on when we see him, but anyway. Right, so we see, I think it's Lacey and Steph having a talk, and I think Steph knows that Lacey's interested in one of Josh, I think, but Steph's Josh's girlfriend. So I don't know, but they're not going to fight or anything like that. But anyway, anywho, right, there's John bringing the beer up. They're getting the hot tub ready. There we go, all having fun in the hot tub. By the way, it does that occasionally. Oh, it's not doing it now. You know, you get like flickers and glitches and stuff like that because it's supposed to be, found footage. Anyway, they're all having fun in the hot tub and drinking beer, and then every now and again we hear a snap of a twig in the woods, and I think it's Heather keeps hearing it. He keeps seeing her looking round, and she hears that, but nobody else apparently hears it because Dean, there he is going to start telling a spooky story that's apparently true that happened to the director and his whoever were with him. There we go. They tell the story of the ghostly hitchhiker. Apparently, he tells a story in this that is essentially the same as what happened to the director. He says that him and his friend were in a car that broke down in the middle of the woods, so they went hiking to the nearest gas station, and they started having weird, chills or whatever, as though, somebody walked over your grave sort of thing, that weird feeling, like I'm getting now. And anyway, they got to this gas station, and they said, can we use your phone or whatever, and hang on, what does it say? We'll get to it here. In the middle of nowhere, a broken down car, they've got to walk to the gas station. That's Heather hearing a noise, because she leaves. She thinks, I'm going to go and check it out, but she's fine, don't worry. So when she goes, there we go, she goes. He carries on the story. There we go. They need the tow truck, and hang on, let's go back again. And for the two of us, and the woman at the gas station says, "What? I saw three of you walking down. Where's the tall man in the black hat, or whatever?" She says. Yeah, I saw three of you. Where's it? The tall man in black. That's it. And apparently that really happened to the director. He says it frightened him and his mate to death. But, they never saw anything, but it was what this woman told them at the gas station. Anyway, the power's gone off because it must be 11:45, so they've got to go in. So in they go. After telling them a spooky story. Yes, Josh is putting his camera in this... It's like a bunk room, and it's like on a bunk bed, in it, because he wants footage of Steph getting changed because he's a bit of a perv. Here she comes, and she doesn't know it's there. But is it Steph? No, this is Lacey, isn't it? Steph is his current girlfriend. He wants footage of Lacey. That's it. No, I'm lying. Getting mixed up. He's put it there because I think this is where he and Steph are going to be sleeping. And he wanted to. Steph is into all this stuff, being filmed, and she wanted him to film her getting changed, so to speak, in a sexy way. But Lacey's gone in first, and obviously she don't know the camera's there. And then we're going to see her and Heather arguing. Don't worry, we don't see anything. There's no nudity in this. But having a bit of a row. There we go. You want him back? Oh, it must be. John? I don't know. I can't remember which is which. Who is it now? Is it with Dean or is it? I can't remember who's with who. Alison's with John. Heather's with Dean. Steph's with Josh. Right. So she thinks she wants to get back. She wants to get back with Dean. And she's saying, "Don't know about it." Then they notice the camera. There you go. Right, so she goes out and she tells Steph. There we go, Steph's there saying what happened. And apparently she was fine walking about in bikinis because apparently she's in the Bikini Football League, whatever that means, in real life. American football, is there? Must be, I don't know. But anyway, so Steph apologises. "Oh, it's my fault. I told him to put the camera there because, reasons." Anyway, right, so he notices the camera's still on. Ooh, turn it off. Right, so I think we're off to the whatchamacallit. Here we go. The search teams. So here we go. They just gathered people together. There's the crew and everybody there, and these are supposed to be the search teams that are going out looking for the missing students. Our main cast. So they're all going to all get split into teams. They're all being given team D, team A, whatever, and all stuff like that. And there you go. They're walking a line, looking for clues. And then we hear voices over the radio saying, "We found a camp, and there's GPS monitors, collar tags, and a video camera." I think that would be from the biologists that we saw earlier, Steve and Wes. So they're documenting that. One of them finds a footprint, and it's a mixture apparently of a wolf and a bear footprint. That's what they've done. So it's not just a real footprint they found; they actually made it. A mixture of a wolf and a bear. The dogs are acting weird. What's wrong with the dogs? They don't want to go. Look, there's something up with them, so they just put them back in the van. They don't bother with the dogs. Anyway, there you go. They found the lodge jeep. This is apparently might be why it was parked outside, because it belongs to the lodge. Right. It's not what they arrived in. It's not the car that they arrived in. It's the jeep that belongs to the lodge, I think. Anyway, as you can see, it's got all blood on the side of it. The doors are wide open. It's got all blood on the side of it. He says, "What happened?" There you go. What the blinking flip happened here? Right. What's happened now? They've found some. We're back. We're at the lodge now. They've gone to the lodge to see what's going on, and then we see that this is the aftermath. Claw marks and stuff like that. A camera, which they're going to get evidence from. Then they find the Ranger's vehicle, which is actually a different one to what we saw earlier on. When we first saw the Ranger, apparently they'd hired a truck to act as the Ranger's truck. But when they did this, they didn't have that truck anymore. So basically they used, I think, one of the producers' own cars. So they used that, stuck a orange light on it. Anyway, so there you go. And they find another camera. This one is actually the main camera from the film that we're going to see. There it is. It is actually the main camera that they filmed everything with. They took everything off. Apparently it had lots of bits attached to it, lights and stuff like that, and microphones and stuff. But they took all that off and just put it there to look like it was just a regular camcorder that somebody dropped. And then they start finding blood and bits of bone and stuff like that. Oh, and then we hear... I haven't muted it, have I? We're losing the helicopter and air support. We can hear howling as over the radio. We're hearing that they're calling off the search because heavy clouds coming in, and everybody's got to head back. So, right, so we end up with this team here. They've got lost. Saying we're a rescue team and we're lost. So they're stuck in the woods. It's got dark now, and they don't know what to do. And then we're hearing over the radio that something's happening with another one of the teams. They've found something. I can't remember what. But we hear all these noises and all that stuff. There we go. Distressing sounds over the radio. It didn't actually say that. This is why I've been so late. I've been going through the subtitles. What happened? I've got the film. I ripped it to my computer. So we're watching the file from my computer, from this. I ripped to my computer, but there were no subtitles on it. So I did a search of the internet, and I found that there was a subtitle file on the internet, but it was taken from the YouTube. The YouTube link that I put there in the chat. That's got like YouTube's automatic subtitles, and somebody had put that on a subtitle file, a .srt file. So I've been going through that, and as you know, the YouTube automatic subtitle is not the best, is it? So I've been going through that since like 2:00 this afternoon. And my back's killing me, and my shoulders are aching, and all that stuff. So I've been going through it, trying to get the subtitles as best I can. And you'll notice towards as the film goes on, as showtime was getting closer, I've started rushing a bit. So it's not quite as um, not quite as well done. But anyway, so the hearing of the radio, there we go. They told, get back to the lodge right now. And says, she said, you heard him, let's go. So they go running off into the woods. And then he says, I can see something over there, these red lights. Pardon me, there's a camp. Then they hear over the radio, what's making that howling? Everybody inside now. And you hear all this noise. Then we hear gunfire and screaming. There you go, distant gunfire and screaming. And they're just heading towards it. And then we hear howling. And then they're all going to get got, basically. Is that where this is where he's seen the red lights? There we go. Kind of reddish, these lights. Turns out they're the eyes in the dark. But she says, let's get our bus out of here. But they're lost, aren't they? It's Sean. Then loud howling. And then I think, is that it? Is this where they're going to get got? Because, hang on, is it this bit? Yeah. That's the sound of the director for that sound effect. Apparently they put a microphone in front of him and somebody give him the Heimlich manoeuvre. So he went, so that was the sound of one of the rescuers, one of the search party being got. Right. Now we're back with our heroes. Here we go. So Anders is going to tell them a story about the things that are in the mountains, incomprehensible. I forgot what he says. A presence, something like that. Is that what he says? Is it presence? Yeah. In the mountains, stuff that you see out the corner of your eye, and people that go missing and all that stuff. So the Native American tribes tell of things that happen every 30 years or so. He says every 360 moons, something like that. Anyway, apparently, like I said, this area's more disappearances than any other in the last 100 years, blah, blah, blah. So there we go. So if you're out in the woods at night, in the forest, stick to the light, whatever. Because you don't know where the darkness may come from. And they're all, ooh, spooky. Anyway, he sods off. It's they've run out of beer apparently, but there is some more downstairs, and then I think they've run out of firewood, is it? And so John has to go out and get some firewood in a minute. I think they're going to do Rudy Prod games. There you go. But we don't see how, don't worry. No, yes, that's what they're going to do, but then they end up in Anders's room somehow. But as you can see, there's candles and stuff there. But then there's all news clippings on the wall. There you go. Legend behind the Cascades, the curse behind the mountains, missing persons now, total now, whatever. I-90 corridor, because that's the road in the I-90. Anyway, so they find all that stuff, and but he sees them. Like, what are you doing in my room? Says, sorry, we didn't mean, but kind of creepy. Why have you got all these clippings? Oh, and there's also a skull of an animal. Anyway, tell them to get out. So they're saying he's got all this crap in his room. He's obviously some sort of, axe murderer. They don't say that, but that's the implication. But anyway, he comes out. Oh, and then we cut to the under footage. He's having a drinking game. Then we're back. Anyway, he tells them why he's got all that stuff. It turns out he's a researcher, and his research is from the university of somewhere, and he's researching the missing people and why people go missing and why there's no Native American tribes in this particular area, even though he keeps talking about Native American tribes and their legends. So there must have been in there. So that's what he's telling. There you go. I'm a researcher from the university. And so that's what he's doing. He's researching while he's there, and obviously his day job is looking after this, is the caretaker for this lodge. So that's why he's got all that stuff. So that's that. Right, they're going to bed. It must be the next night when John has to go out for firewood. So next morning. apparently, and it actually is morning, and everybody's all bleary-eyed, apart from Lacey, who in real life is super athletic and fit. And they said she'd probably been out for a jog and everything. Everybody comes in all bleary-eyed because it really was first thing in the morning. And you can tell she's fit because she's eating bloody strawberries for her breakfast. Some bacon and egg. And sausages. That's what you want. Anyway. That's why I get out of breath getting in and out of my chair. But never mind. There you go. Everybody's bleary-eyed. Look. So they decide what they're going to do today. And Josh, I think it's Josh, has learned that there's caves nearby. Remember, they're not supposed to go near the caves. But he wants to go and explore these caves. And everybody else does as well, apart from John and Alison. They're going to go to the lake. So there we go. I think Alison says she heard the ranger tell them they shouldn't go to the caves. But they all said, right, I'm definitely going to the caves. So everybody's going to the caves apart from John and Alison. Right. Somebody just swallowed a mosquito, which, we've all done. So anyway, here we go. There we go. Smile. Group photo. Last time we'll see them happy, probably. Right, they found that rock slide. So we know they're in the same area. Did I mention that earlier on? The biologist found a rock slide earlier on. Probably skipped over it, knowing me. They found the same rock slide, so we know they're in the same general area of the biologist that we saw earlier on. So, right. So, and anyway, they find a cave as well around this area as well. So, and then somebody notices, I can't remember which one. One of the girls notices it's really quiet. Says, why is it so quiet? And Josh says, because we're not in the city anymore. She went, yeah, but there's no birds. Where's all the bird sounds and stuff? So, but anyway, they find the cave. And I think that to make a cave, or that to pretend they find a cave entrance, but the actual inside of the cave will film somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure where. I don't know if it says. Because they didn't say in the commentary. No, it doesn't say. I don't know where the cave. The cave will film somewhere else at a different time. But I'm not sure where. Anywho.
Want to go in?
Oh, shush. So they're going to go in the cave. So in they go. And they're all like, I don't want to go. Yes, we're going to go. Oh, whatever. We're going in. Right, so it's going to be so cool in this cave. There we go. Look, it opens up here. It's all cool. It's the walls look very smooth. So I don't know what sort of cave it is. Is it a cave or just a tunnel they're filming it in? I don't know. But anyway. So in they go. Somebody's saying the landslide could make the cave. Because remember the landslide, the rock slide they found could make the cave collapse. But anyway. But then, is that Steph? One of them says she can hear movement from above, but we don't see out and we don't hear anything either. And then they just stumble across Anders. Anders is in there in a minute. Then we'll talk about man-eating bats. They're just joking, obviously. There he is. Anders just happens to be there. Don't know if he'd followed them, because he gives them credit for finding this cave, so maybe he just followed them, I don't know. But anyway, they find some artifacts in this cave. They find some bones. Yes, there they are. There you go. They find some bones. Animal bones, I presume. So Anders says he thinks bears might winter there. So, but then they find some Native American artifacts and some hieroglyphs. One of them says, if a bear ate me, I'd take it to YouTube. So here we go. I think there he's looking at the hieroglyphs. So he's fascinated by these, because he's from the university, remember. So anyway, they're taking pictures of it, and videoing it and all that stuff. And then we go. Then they find these stones. There we go. I forgot to mention earlier on, one of the search team found a totem, a stone like a totem on the path near one of the cars that they found, which kind of reminded me of that game, Until Dawn. They had totems in that, didn't they? It was a similar sort of thing. But Anyway, one of them, who's this? Is it Dean? I think it's Dean. Trip. No, because John's not there, is he? John's gone to the lake, hasn't he, with Alison? He trips up, he falls over one of the stones, and he cuts himself open on his leg, as we see in a minute. So he's bleeding. And for some reason, because he tripped over one of the stones, he decides to take one with him. Don't know why. But Anders had told him, don't move any of them, leave them. It will bring bad luck on whomever takes these stones out of yon cave, whatever. But he still decides to take one because he's stupid. And they don't listen, do they? They can see he's bleeding. But apparently he's leaving a blood trail as well. He must be bleeding heavily enough to lead a blood trail. And the director in the commentary said that's what the beasts, as they call them, follow him back to the lodge. Because apparently Anders at some point says the only thing to ward off the beasts is the stones. But apparently I don't think that works. It doesn't seem to anyway. Anyway, there you go. They're talking about this cave system's not stable, and then his thing Anders is saying, I want to thank you for voting for this site to visit, because it's archaeologists don't. It's an archaeological dream, and academics don't know about it, and it'll fund my research for another 3 years and all that. So there you go. So he's all happy. So anyway, they're heading back to the lodge, and they find a wolf carcass. Something's killed a wolf. There we go. It was a wolf. And head back, and there we go. We see. There we go. What's left of it? I don't know if it's a real one or if it's just a pretend one. I don't know. They might have just found it. They kept finding carcasses. I don't know. Anyway, so there we go. Heading back. We saw that earlier on, didn't we? That's is it Steph taking pictures of the trees for some reason. Right, so anyway, off they go. Right, they're back at the lodge, and there you go. Anders has got his research out, and he's saying the hieroglyphs said this, that, and the other. There you go. It's never been seen before. All right, and John and Alison said while they were at the lake, they found these big footprints that they thought might have been, a bear or something like that. But he was saying that they had the hieroglyphs that they found in the cave, or not hieroglyphs, but they've been what they call them, petroglyphs or something like that, weren't they? But anyway, it's a ward against evil. So anyway, so he wants to look at the photos that Steph were taking. So that's why he's saying Steph's downstairs. So off he's gonna go. So he tells him about there go big animal tracks, and he says they're about twice as big as his feet, something like that. Does it say here? They go bigger than my 2 feet. Is that side by side or toe to heel? I don't know. It doesn't say. But anyway. All right, John has to go out and it's his turn to go out and get the firewood for the fire. So he's going to go out. It's where we have a fake scare. You think he's going to get got, and here we go. So he's just gone outside, and that's what I was saying. So that must be the lodger's vehicle. So their car that they came in, or whatever, people carrier, whatever it was they were in, must be still parked down the road, but we never see it again. Anyway, we see the Rangers truck and we see this, but we never see their car again. They forgot about it. They must have done. So anyway, so he's gone out, but then he gets a scare. Look, they scared him. Just Dean and Lacey, isn't it? Scare him. And come to help you get the beers. Oh man, this is where they start hearing the howling of the beasts.
I think we should go.
Oh, hang on, come back again. Maybe the skinwalkers, I don't know. So they go back in, rush back in. Right, so they're having a nice time. So, all right, Josh and Steph they're gonna go play their nudie prod games now. I think Dean has got to go out to get more firewood, because obviously John didn't get enough, so he's got to go out and get more. I think Heather's going with him. So while she's standing by, on the porch or whatever, smoking, he's going to get the firewood. And he's taken the camera because it's got the light on it. That's why he's got the camera with him, because it's got the light. So off he goes to get the firewood. There it is. There's the firewood. So he pops the camera down, and apparently there was a bit where we saw one of the beasts, but I didn't notice it. We do see it in a bit, but in the commentary they were saying you could see me right there, but I never noticed it. Let's keep going. Let's see if we can spot it. I can't see anything. But we do see it in a bit. No, I can't see out. It must have been getting mixed up. No, I can't see out. But we do see it in a bit. Right, so he's going to start collecting the wood, and then he hears noises, and he thinks it's people messing with him. He calls to Heather. Heather's in earshot. You can hear him, because couldn't hear her answering him. He says, Heather. She goes, yeah, what? Because she asks where the lighter is, and he says, I think Josh has got it, so she must go in and get it and come back out again. Anyway, so there you go. Real funny, guys. It's not going to work. So, but then I'm going to beat the heck out of you. And then he notices something, picks up the camera. Oh, this is where we're going to see. Get his first look at one of the beasts. Are you ready? Here we go. There, you can see the eyes there. Look, you can see it there, like the darkness or whatever they call it from Never-Ending Story, isn't it? There it is. Which is apparently just the director in the beast costume, and he just lunged out. Then we're going to. Whenever you see that. Oh, hang on, go back again. Missed it. There we go. Whenever you see that glitch, that's when you're going to see the under footage of them in the bar. But anyway, then we're back. Heather comes. Is this Heather? Yes, I think this is Heather coming down looking for Dean. He said, Dean, where are you? And she says, I'm picking up the camera. I'm going in, taking the camera in, because she thinks Dean's playing a prank on her. So in she goes. She wanted to talk to him about, Lacey and all that. There you go. He says, Dean is doing anything with Lacey. There you go. She's not happy. But he's not. He's currently being eaten in the woods somewhere, probably. Or that might have been at the beginning that we saw with the phone footage. I don't know. Could have been. But anyway, she goes in. But then we see Lacey's there, look. Lacey's there. And but Heather's saying, Dean's out there, go and help him if you want. But then, she says that, but then moment she's saying, no, I don't want, Dean's not doing anything with Lacey. And then she sends Lacey out to go and help him get the firewood in. Make your mind up, woman. Meanwhile, Anders over there's translated the hieroglyphs, and he says the name of the film. There we go, the hieroglyphs. Say, from the picture of your friend's camera, they mean...
Beware the eyes in the dark.
Which means... I can do this. If I can find it.
He said it! He said it! He said it!
Oh dear. So he said the name of the film. The Eyes in the Dark. Hang on, where are we going? Yes. But there you go, he's talking about it, that every 360 moons or so, the eyes in the dark that cannot be seen will get you. Something to do with the stones as well. There you go, coincides with all the disappearances. And there we go, a railroad line. He mentions that again later on, that the Cascade Railroad Company or whatever, we're going to put a railroad line up there, and then they didn't bother because all the people kept dying. She's brought the camera. That's why we're still filming, by the way. She brought the camera in and just plonked it down. Amazing batteries on these cameras. They've been found footage films, haven't they? So they're going to check the camera to see what's happening. That's when we go back to the under footage of them talking in the bar. And then Heather's saying, it's obviously not. Yeah, Heather's saying it's a prank that Dean's doing to scare them. And then they hear a big bang. I think there was loud bang on the door, and they go and investigate. But so we get a look at I think we see the eyes in the dark in a minute. I think somebody comes in. Is it this? No, it didn't. It's I think it's when Steph goes and investigates. She looks out the window and she sees something out the window. There you go. Red eyes looking at me, she says. Because they hear a scream or call out in fear. And then we look out and then we see them. There we go. Then we see the red eyes. The eyes and that. We see lots of them soon.
What is that?
Sorry. Got to mute it. We can see the teeth as well. Kind of reminiscent a little bit of, with the teeth and the glowing eyes of the alien monster things from, what do you call it now? That film with John Boyega in it. It was his first film. No, I don't know if it was first film, but it was first big film, wasn't it? I've got it now on Blu-ray over there. I can't remember the picking call it now. With John Boyega in it that became, and Jodie Whittaker's in it as well. That reminds me of the aliens in that. Yes, Attack the Block. Yes, that's the one, Attack the Block. Slightly reminiscent of that. Anyway, so there we go. There we go. See them through the window in a minute when they pan. There we go. See more of them. Look, quick glimpses. So they're kind of getting spooked out now, and this is I think this is Heather saying, freaking out. It's a prank. I hope it's a prank. We think Dean is dead. This is her, Heather from Blair Witch Project shot, isn't it? But without the snot. He's still talking about his translations, but he's got his shotgun ready anyway. There will be more howling. So the only ward against the eyes is the stone, and the stone is in Dean's room. So they've got to go to Dean's room to get the stone. So off they all go. Josh and Steph. So it mustn't have been Steph that saw the eyes. It must have been Lacey. Josh and Steph are playing Rudy Prod games, aren't they? Somewhere else. In another room. So anyway. So down they go. Checking the place out, and I think there's the director said they find that there's a door open, so that we know that the beasts have already got in. The beasts are inside somehow, because that's an exit, and it must have been open. So he closes it. Look, so we know that they're in. The beasts are in. Right, so we're going to go and find the stone. I don't think they can find it just yet. I don't think. He goes to Josh and Steph's room. Is he going to interrupt them now? In a minute. Is it? There they are. They interrupt Josh and Steph in the middle of their love making. Tells them to get dressed and get upstairs. But we see what happens. Well, sort of in a bit. Right, so they're wondering what to do, what's going on. They can hear the howling and stuff, and everybody's starting to panic. And then Steph comes running up the stairs saying, Josh is dead. Oh, God, Josh is dead. So they're all panicking. And they're banging on the door, the thing, so they're blocking the doors off with the furniture. Oh, there we go. There we go. See one of the beast's hands. Clawed hand going through this. I know it's low budget. Give them a break. Anyway, but we see a clawed hand come. I'll have a look at that again. There we go. See a clawed hand come through the door. Whose clawed hand? Don't know. There it is. Look, we get glimpses because low budget. We don't need to see them properly. Right. So. What's happened? Have I missed a bit out here? No, I think I might have missed a bit here. Is that Anders there? Hang on. Have we found out what happened to Anders? Something's happened to Anders. Maybe I've missed it. Maybe I skipped over it. No, there he is. There's Anders. He's being got. Look, I've just noticed. It's there. Look, it's grabbing him. Arr. It's got him. Got Anders. And it drags him away. And they go around the court. Do they go and check? Unless that might be coming up. I don't know. But they see him being dragged away. I'm sure we haven't. I'm sure I haven't. No, they've just closed the door, haven't they? Poor Anders. Just shut him in there. Then that claw comes through, and then it. Hang on, I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Because we see somebody get dragged away. It must be later. Then they're sitting there, they're scared to death, filming themselves for some reason. They're wondering, what's going on? Where are the others still alive? Or they're barricaded in a room just like them? Are they dead? We don't know. So John's decided he's going to go and sort things out. They've got to get out of there. That's what they know. They've got teeth and the claws and the huntingers and the predators. And guns don't seem to hurt them, it seems. So anyway, so they're going to try and get outside, I think. Alright, then we hear them. They're coming through the door. Do we see it? I don't think we do we? But they're going to make a run for it in a minute. This might be where we see them dragging somebody off. They go around this corner. Is it? Is it? Is it? Or maybe not. I don't know. I must have missed that bit. I don't know how, but anyway. They're going to Dean's room. They're looking for the stone, remember. They think the stone is the only thing that can ward off the beast, and they don't know where it is. So, but then they find, I think, Heather. I think it's Heather. On one of the bunks, because obviously not paying much attention. And it says, "What's this? It's blood." And then I think that's Heather up there. We get another glimpse of one of the beasts up there. Look, it's going to pop its head up in a minute. There it is. Look, feasting on. I think it's Heather. So they go running out. I think he's got the stone. It goes running out with the stone. And we're going to see somebody get dragged away. We see somebody get dragged away. We're howling. Is it this bit? They go around this corner. Is it this? No, it isn't. It must have been earlier on. It's got me angry that I've missed that bit out, but never mind. Anyway, so they go running out. There you go. We see. Is it Lacey? I think it's Lacey. Or was it Steph? Can't remember. One of them has got hold of the totem, the stone, but she drops it accidentally on the path. Hang on. Because she does say, "I've dropped it." In a minute. So they've got surrounded by the eyes in the dark. Look, they're everywhere. All watching them. Then they shoot, and then they get to the lodge vehicle, and they get in, and then we get another. Oh, look, it's getting in through the door. So I think that's Steph gone now, isn't it? It's got Steph, and she'd already dropped it. Dropped the stone, and I don't know why I've missed where she dropped it, but she does. Come on, where is it? There we go. And she dropped it, yes, I knew she dropped it. So that's where we see it earlier on in the film, which you can watch on YouTube for free. Right, so she's getting got, look. Ah! So now John and, who is it that's left? Is it Alison? Are running through the woods. And obviously they're not going to last for very long. I don't know. Is Lacey still about? I think Lacey's still about. Anyway, here we are, in some water. Right, so who's this? She comes running out. I can't remember what's happened to him. Let's come back again to see. See if we can find out what's happened to all the different people. Because I've forgotten who's been got and who hasn't. That's Steph. That's definitely Steph. So she's getting got. So where's John? Cool. Is John carrying the camera, or is Alison carrying the camera? Or is Lacey carrying the camera? I don't know who's carrying the camera. So I'm just going to play it and see what happens. See if we get a clue as to who we've still got with us. Whoever's carrying the camera. By the way, it's the director or the whatever that's carrying the camera. For most of these, a lot of the time, it's not the actors that are actually carrying the camera. Anyway, right, come on, show us somebody else so we know who's ready. This might be Lacey, but I'm not sure. I don't know what's happened to John and Alison. Maybe they're fine. I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so she runs out into the road in a minute. Oh, but she's some eyes first. She's going through puddles and streams and stuff like that. She runs out into the road. She comes across the ranger that we saw earlier on. Here she comes. Look, more eyes in the dark chasing her. So here we go. Right, she runs out to the road. Nearly gets run over. So anyway, she gets in the ranger's vehicle, and he says, "What you doing? What you doing?" But then we see it's kind of reminiscent. Is it going to show us? In a minute, there we go. Kind of reminiscent of The Howling. You know, when it shows that when they get in the car, and it shows the werewolf's clawed hands on the windscreen. Kind of reminiscent of that, but you know, not as good. But anyway, so he drives off. There you go. We see one poke its head in the back window. You've got to be quick there, but there it is. You've got to be quick to see it. There it is. Pokes its head in the back window. And a claw. So he drives off, but he ends up crashing. He crashes it into a thingy. And basically they get dragged out. Get dragged out by the beast, and that's the ranger getting dragged off. And presumably Lacey's being dragged off somewhere, so they're all dead. There we go. Actually, that looks quite good, doesn't it? I thought it did. And there you go. There we see the claw just appear in front of the camera. Right, then we're going to see what happened with Josh and Josh and Steph. I want to know what happened to John and Alison. Did it show us what happened to them? We'll go back and have a look in a minute. Right, so here we are. So he set his camera up. Remember, Steph likes him filming them, so they're filming them, going to make love. But then Anders is going to come bursting in. There we go. You two, get dressed, come upstairs. And he's like, get the hell out of here. And then he says, "This is what I care about." But then as we look, we hear a growl, and the door swings back open, and hang on, here it comes, and we just see something start to poke. Oh, Pete's sake! Start to poke its head in the room, and we're going to see it in a minute. We just see something appearing. If I go a frame at a time, I think we do. Or maybe we don't. I could have swore we did. I could have swore we saw it. Mandela effect. Anyway, never mind. Then we cut to, so obviously something happened. That a creature came in, a beast came in, attacked him. Steph got away. She thought Josh had been killed, but he hadn't. His ear, look, he's all covered in blood, and he's still got his camera. So he's going to do his final monologue, like that there. Telling I'm Josh Adams. I don't know if anybody's left alive. And everybody, I've been attacked. We've been attacked by these creatures. We found these. They went to this cave and we found this stone, and we think we've, started something, and it's killing my friends. So he's got to be quiet. But then he's going to get. They're going to come in and get him. He hears the noises, so he's sobbing. Hang on, and then we see him. Ooh. Quick, you got to be quick to see that, haven't you? We see one lunges in to get him. There it is. Look, we just see it coming in to get him. One frame. Is it one frame? Yeah, essentially one frame. Well, call it two there. You can just see a bit of it there. Next frame, it's there. It gets got, and that's the end of the film. Oh no, I'm lying. Well, no, it is. It is the end of the film. because it says directed by in a minute. There we go. But then we get these little snippets. There we go, like that. But you don't see anything. It is the end of the film. I'll just double check and make sure there's nothing at the end, but I don't think there is. No beasts were harmed in the making of this movie. Oh, and also on the DVD, there's a drinking game on the DVD, but I want to find out what happened to John and Heather. Not Heather, John and Alison. That's Heather. She dies. We see what happened to her. But they went running out, didn't they? All right, and we see Anders getting dragged away. I want to see what happened with Anders as well. I want to see Anders getting dragged away, because that looked cool as well. Right, they're going down there. So they just go around the corner and he's just being dragged off. Right, he's being... We see that there. Right, okay. But then we see it again. We see him again getting dragged off when they go through a door. I'm sure we bloody do. Right, they're in there. Right, so they're going through there. They're going through there. Going down there. Now, they're in Dean's room. This is where they see what's happened with Heather. And there's a monster on that bunk bed. They just haven't noticed. There's Heather's dead body and a monster. They just don't notice. Where's that bit where they see Anders getting... Hang on, what's that? Oh, nothing. They see Anders getting dragged away. Is it after this bit? Are they go running down here? No, I think they just go out the door, don't they? They just go out the door. Yeah. So when did that happen? I'm confused now. Or did they see Josh getting dragged away? Let's go back again. Let's go back. I've gone too far, haven't I? Don't all kicked off yet. Keep going, Steve. Keep going. Right, so do that. Right, they're going back down. Right, she's come running up. Hang on, let's... What's happening? Oh, right, she's running up. Right, he goes down. Is this where we see it? Yay! Oh no! That's Heather. Right. There's in Heather getting dragged off by one of the beasts. There it goes. And then we see him in Dean's room, don't we, up on the bunk. He's dragged her off to the bunk. Right, we've got to find out now what happened to John and Alison. Because I can't bloody remember. And Lacey. No, Lacey ends up with... Yeah, Lacey ends up with the ranger, don't you? Right, so where do we see him there, look. Right, so there's John with the shotgun. Who was that there? That's Steph. So where's Alison? Or was it Alison being dragged off? I don't know, it could have been. I'm not entirely certain. But I don't know what's happened with John. Steph we see gets got in the car. Do we hear screams? Do we hear John? Do we hear gunshots? And then let's have a listen. If they're putting the bloody film on YouTube for free, I don't think they'll be that bothered about me looking at it on here, do you? Right, that's Steph about to get in. So where's John gone? Right, now we're with Lacey now, aren't we? So where's John gone? Gunshots. John's got the gun, so... I think we heard it. I think we heard him get got then. We heard her like, in the distance. Yeah. So I think John's being got. Maybe it was Alison we saw getting dragged off. Anyway, so there we go. That's Eyes in the Dark. One of my favourite found footage films because it just keeps me interested. I don't know why. I just like it. It's not the most action packed. It's a good typical found footage film, and they do it well. They don't mess about with camera angles and stuff like that. So there's a reason why it's being filmed. These people are filming it because Josh uploads it to his his social media stuff. So that's why he's filming everything. Yeah. Just happened to stop it there. Why are you even shooting video?
We're shooting video. We can't upload anything.
I've got service.
There you go. He's got service. So he uploads it to his YouTube and his Facebook or whatever, his MySpace. I don't know what the hell, but all that stuff. So there we go. It's a good film. As I said, you can watch it for free on YouTube. I've put the link in the description. I think it's one of the producers that's uploaded it, so it's legal. Or you can buy. I think you could. Well, maybe you can still buy the DVD off Amazon. I think it's worth it. It's one of my favourites, which is why I've done it tonight. So there we go. It isn't a long film, by the way. I know I've got through it quick. I've got through it in a little bit less than the actual runtime of the film. It's only an hour and 18 minutes, and that's including the credits. But it is worth a watch. I think it's cool. I like the monsters in it, even though you don't see a lot of them. I like it. I like it a lot. Because it's low budget filmmaking, and they did what they could do. And I think the monsters are decent when you do see them. That's kind of reminiscent of the ones from Attack the Block. But I think that had more money to Attack the Block, didn't it, than this did. But anyway, and the footage actually. This is why I'm wondering if there's a Blu-ray of it, because apparently they did film it in HD. But obviously, I bought the DVD, so that's not in HD. So I don't know if there's a HD version out there. I don't know if the YouTube version's in HD. Hang on, let's see what it says, because I've not checked.
So this is Dr. Steve.
Yeah, there. Oh, it is. Yes. So the YouTube. Oh, it's in 1080p. I might have to download that and get a HD version for myself. Although the subtitles are not very good. Anyway, we'll leave it there. I will leave that there as well. We'll leave it there for tonight. That's it. A quick one tonight. I was in a mood anyway, because there are bloody subtitles on this. Not that it made any difference, but anyway. A quick one for a short film, and it's a found footage, so run through it, done, screaming, they're all dead at the end, which is what a found footage film should be. Everybody's dead at the end, and the footage has been found, and we've seen what happened to them. So there we go. And I like the story. This story is telling here. I like this story because it's allegedly a true story about the tall man in black or whatever. Chilling, because it's true, maybe. Right, leave it there. We will leave it there. I haven't decided what next week's film's going to be, but yeah, hang on, put that back over there. But Monday, for Magnificent Mondays, we're going way back to the beginning. My hair's all sticking out. We're going back to the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe for Magnificent Mondays. We're doing Iron Man. Wow. Probably one of the best. Not my favourite of the Marvel Cinematics. Probably my second favourite. My favourite is Captain America, the first one. Anyway. Did the whole movie before I finished editing. Oh, you've been editing? What you been editing? Anyway. I said it's not a long film anyway, is this? But anywho, I know I said that word. Right. Hang on, I'm just sorting things out. Right, so we'll leave it there. Where have I put that now? Oh, no, I've put it up there, never mind. Hey. It don't matter. We're going to talk about something else for a minute then. I'm going to start rambling about something else, but never mind. Right, we'll leave it there. I'm done. I'm going to get something to eat for me and Aidan now because he started moaning. I was trying to do that subtitle thing in time for the show, and then Aidan came down saying, I want something to eat. I said, you'll have to wait. So we've not eaten. We're starved. We starved ourselves for the audience. So anyway, so I'm going to get something to eat now. Yes, Win Grace will take some food too. I'll send it over. No, but I'm lying just to cover myself. Right, we'll leave it there. What shall I do next week? Shall I put a poll up like I did for last Monday's Magnificent Monday? For this week's Friday Night Appointment with you, I'll look through my collection and see what I can find, and I'll put a poll up and let the audience decide what film I should do next week. I'll find 4, because you're going to do 4, can't you? I'll find 4 films to choose from. Right, so we'll leave it there. It's not a special date, is it, next? What is the date next Friday? Because we're coming up to Halloween, aren't we? What day are we on now? We're on 27th. So what will that be? 28th, 29th, 30th. What are we on September? 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be 4th. It'll be the 4th of October. No, we're fine. We're fine. Ghost in the Darkness. I think you did that. No, I've not even got Ghost in the Dark. Never seen it. That's the Val Kilmer one, isn't it? About the lion. Yeah. I've never seen it. Never seen that one. I've not even got it. Is it Val? I think it's Val Kilmer, isn't it? About the lion. Set in Africa, isn't it? It's that one. Sure it is, but I've not seen it. I say I'll go through my collection that's over there and I'll see what I can dig out. Anyway, right, so we'll leave it there. So thanks, Win Grace, for keeping me company while I've been in a mood and rushed through a film. This'll not get many views. Let's just put it that way. I don't think. Anyway. So, thanks for watching, wherever you are. Don't have nightmares. And until next time, hang on, let me get ready. And until next time, I'll see thee. And I'm going to get something to eat now because I'm starving.